All right, let's just jump right in, shall we? We're going to tackle a question that, let's be honest, sounds kind of crazy at first. Can a hairbrush ever be worth a price tag this big? We're taking a brutally honest look at one of the fanciest brushes you can buy.
Yep, that's not a typo. $120. Just let that sink in for a second. That number right there, that's at the heart of everything we're about to unpack.
I know, right? That's the immediate reaction. What could a hairbrush possibly do that a $5 one doesn't? Well, believe it or not, there's a whole story here, and that's what we're here to figure out.
So, let me introduce you to the piece of equipment in question. This is the Kent Diplomat. And you can see right away, this is not being sold as your average everyday tool. It's positioned as an heirloom, made specifically for people with fine or thinning hair. Okay, so what exactly are you paying for? Well, this is where things get interesting. We're talking ultra-soft, natural white boar bristles. No plastic, no nylon, which means nothing to scratch or irritate your scalp. The handle is made from beautiful satinwood and beech. And get this, it's handmade by a company, Kent, that's been doing this since 1777. So a huge part of the price is about the materials and nearly 250 years of history. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The whole idea is that you're not buying a disposable plastic thing you'll toss in a year. You're buying heirloom gear, something designed to last for a really, really long time. But what does all that fancy craftsmanship actually do? Well, the promises are pretty compelling. It's supposed to be gentle enough even for the most sensitive scalps. It could boost your hair's natural shine by pulling the oils from your roots down to the ends. And because it's natural materials, you shouldn't get that annoying static or painful tugging. It all feeds back into this idea of being a long-term investment in your hair's health. Okay, but no product exists in a bubble, right? To really understand the Diplomat, we need to see how it fits in with the other options out there, even from the same brand. Let's see what makes it so special.
This chart is awesome because it makes things super clear. You can see the Diplomat right there at the top. It's the specialist for fine hair with its ultra-gentle bristles. But look at the others. The OG4 has firmer bristles, even some nylon mixed in, to actually get through thick hair. The CSML is for curls. This shows the Diplomat isn't trying to be a one-size-fits-all brush. It has a very specific mission.
And this tip just boils it all down, really. It's a simple fork in the road. Got fine or thinning hair, you look at one type of brush. Got a thick, curly mane, you need a completely different tool. It's all about matching the hardware to your hair. So that brings us to the million-dollar question. Well, the $120 question. We know what the brush is, but is it the right one for you? Let's do a quick personal check. Now this is probably the most important slide of all. If you have fine or thinning hair, it's a big green check mark. Absolutely. Medium hair, still a pretty good bet. But, and this is a big but, if your hair is thick, coarse, or curly, it's a hard pass. Those super soft bristles just won't have the muscle to get through to your scalp. And hey, don't just take our word for it. A product analyst named Mish says that for its target audience, people with fine, tangle-prone hair, this thing is a total game changer. Her words? It glides like butter. That's what you're looking for.
And to add another layer, a research analyst, Stacy, reinforces that point. She recommends it for anyone dealing with hair loss or thinning. Her logic is simple, but powerful. A gentle brush means less breakage, which means more of your hair stays on your head, right where you want it.
Okay, so maybe you're thinking, hey, that sounds like me. But hold on, owning a premium, all-natural tool is a bit different than a plastic one. So let's get into the brutally honest part of owning this brush.
This is the #1 fear, right? You drop all that cash on a brush, and the first time you use it, a bristle falls out. You immediately think, oh no, I've been ripped off. So what's the deal here?
The simple answer? Take a deep breath. Don't panic. For a natural boar bristle brush, a little bit of shedding is completely normal, especially at first. So let's get this straight. A few loose bristles here and there over time, totally fine, that's expected. An entire clump of bristles falling out at once? No, that's a defect. You should definitely contact them. And maybe the most important rule? It's made of wood. Wood and water are not friends. Keep this thing dry. Taking care of it is actually pretty easy. Give it a quick clean once a week with some gentle soap. But whatever you do, do not soak it. Then, and this is key, let it dry with the bristles facing down so water drips away from the wood. And every so often, rub a little mineral or wood oil on the handle to keep it from drying out. That's how you make an heirloom last. All right, we've gone through the materials, the comparisons, and the maintenance. It's time to bring it all home. Let's get to the final verdict. Is this thing actually worth the money?
You know, I love this analogy. Calling it the Aston Martin of hairbrushes is kind of perfect. Think about it. Not everyone needs an Aston Martin. It's a high-performance, luxury machine built for a specific purpose. That's the Diplomat. It's not a minivan, it's a sports car.
So, here's the bottom line. This brush is for you if you have fine or thinning hair, you're fighting with static and breakage, and you're willing to invest in a tool for the long haul. This brush is not for you if you have thick, curly hair that needs a lot of grip, or if you just want something cheap and easy that you can replace without a second thought. It's really that black and white.
And that's really what it all comes down to in the end. After seeing everything, the decision rests on this very personal question. For the right person, this isn't just about brushing your hair, it's about preserving it. So the final question isn't for me, it's for you. Is your hair worth the investment?